Hello, Devotion from Nation. Back again. I'm Pastor Chris, and I'm glad to be given an opportunity to share to all of you. And I really believe that what I'm going to share to all of you would somehow encourage you in your walk in Christian faith. Today, what I want to share about to all of you is a very fundamental things in our Christian life. It's what Hebrews say that without it, it's impossible for us to please God. See, we all want to please God. We all want to live a life that would please God. But the book of Hebrew clearly say that it's impossible for us to please God without this thing. Yes, it's true. The thing that I want to talk to you about today is on the subject of faith. How do we see faith? Because I believe this is very important for us. One of the things that I like in my ministry is to challenge our view of Christianity, challenge our paradigm, challenge how we think. Because when we think correctly, we will live correctly. But if we believe in the wrong things, then we will walk incorrectly. So what we believe is very important. That's why Paul said that we have to be renewed in our way of thinking. We have to keep on being renewed. Our mind had to be renewed. That's why it is very important as a Christian we learn to enjoy reading the Bible. Not only read the Bible, but letting the Bible read the way we think, letting the Bible read the way we believe. I think it's very important. Reading the Word of God challenge how you think. If what the Bible says is different from what you think, then it's good, because you don't want to have a God that thinks the same way as you. You want to have a God that thinks differently from you. That's why you are going to be challenged to think differently, to challenge the Bible. God will constantly challenge the way you believe things. God will constantly try to provoke how we think. That's in that way we would grow in faith. Okay, one of the things that I would like to talk to you about is about the subject of faith, because whenever we talk about faith, we always correlate faith with something big. Okay, when we talk about faith, powerful faith, a miracle faith, strong faith, big faith. Okay, whenever we talk about a man of faith, we always think, this man of God, this big man of God who does miracles. I agree with all of that. But what I want to talk to you today is about the nature of faith itself. While it's true that sometimes we can see people with big faith, but faith doesn't necessarily always talks about big things. Okay, because if we think faith is all about the big things, we would reduce faith to simply a mere event. Back when I was small, whenever I see a pastor who prayed, who laid hands on somebody, and that somebody who prayed suddenly fall down, or like boom, that kind of things would amaze me as a kid. I was like, wow, this guy had power. This guy had a big faith. Okay, I was always mesmerized when I see people laying hand on another one and they fall down. I remember when I was a kid, I asked my mom, what happened if the preacher prayed for himself? Who is going to be there to catch him? Okay, so that's how I was thinking when I was a kid. So back again, we always think that faith is something big, something that spectacular. Well, it is true, but faith is not merely an event. If we think that faith always correlates with big things, we would reduce faith to a mere event that happens occasionally. We think that faith is something that happens sometimes, once in a month, or maybe once in a few months. Faith is not something that we experience every day, but more like an event thing. When there is a crusade, we see faith, whatever it is. So I want to challenge how we think, because I believe all life is miraculous. How you and I, even when I'm talking today and you watching me today, scientists up till now is still trying to figure out how our body works. They're still learning our body, because our life is a walking miracle. We have to stop and think about that. Our life is a miracle. So if we thought we want to walk by faith, we are actually walking daily with faith, you know. So if we always see faith as a big thing, we see it's contradicting with what Jesus teach. In the Bible, Jesus always teach about having small faith is more than enough. See, sometimes as a Christian, we believe that if a prayer is not answered, that it's because our faith is not big enough. If we don't have a breakthrough, if we don't experience a breakthrough, we always blame our faith for the lack of breakthrough. While in some cases, it might be true, but it's not always the same for everything. See, because it's not about the quality of our faith that really matters. It's the quality of your God in your perspective. The most important thing is not to have a bigger faith. The most important thing is to have a bigger view of who God is in your life. Because when you see God correctly, you will walk with a bigger faith. That's just, you know, it's a byproduct from viewing God correctly. When you got revealed who God is to you, obviously you have more faith. You walk with more confidence. Okay, so this is the thing that I would like to share to all of you in Mark 4 verse 30 to 32. Mark 4 said that, what shall we say the kingdom of God is like, or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth, yet when planted it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade. Another chapter also said that if you have the faith of a mustard seed, it's more than enough to move mountains. See, God never requires for us to have big faith. Actually, your small faith is more than enough. I pray that we got this. Our small faith is more than enough for God to use to do big things. Because once again, it's not the quality of our faith that matters. It's the object of our faith that matters. Why did I say that? Once again, I repeat, it's not the quality of our faith that matters. I believe the thing that matters most is not the quality of our faith, but the object of our faith. I would like to explain what I just said, because if we stop and think about it, all of us human, we all have faith in something. See, the chair that I'm sitting on, whenever I want to sit down, I have to have faith on the chair that I'm sitting in, but I do that unconsciously. When you sit straight away, your action says that you have faith in this chair. That when I sit down, I believe this chair will not break. What happened? I have faith. I put my faith on this chair. But once again, so faith itself is not about the object. It's not the final thing. It's something that you attach to something else. We all have faith, but the question is, where do you put your faith in? That's the most important thing. The object of our faith, who you put your faith on. It's very important. See, because if I have big faith, if I have such big faith on this chair, but this chair is broken, no matter how big my faith is, no matter how I declare, I believe 100%, I have big faith that this chair will not fall. But if this chair is broken, no matter how big my faith is, when I sit down, it will not hold my weight. Why? Because even though I have big faith for this chair, but this chair is broken. The same thing when I have a life vest on. If I cannot swim and I depend my life on a life vest, no matter how big my faith is, but if the life vest that I put my faith on is broken, it will not hold me. I will sunk. Why? Because no matter how big my faith is on the life vest that I put my faith on is broken. It can never hold my life. So once again, the one that we have to think today, and we have to stop and really thought carefully, where am I putting my faith on? Where do I put my faith in? This is very important, because once again, it's not about the quality of our faith, but it's the object of our faith, the one where we put our faith on. Who do you trust in? Some people, we believe if we do this, some people we put our faith on our righteousness. So that's why we think that if I am righteous today, I believe God will bless me. But if I wake up sulky and I got mad because of some reasons, I believe God is not with me anymore. Why? Because I put my faith on my righteousness. So that's why I believe that it all depends on my works. It all depends on my righteousness. That I'm putting my faith to something that cannot hold. If I'm to put this into context, if you know, like a TV, you know, I have a big TV in my home, a very big TV. That was hold to a wall. If you ask me what causes the TV to hold, it's because the TV was connected to a bracket, and the TV bracket was plunged deep into the wall of my house. Okay, so imagine if I have this big TV. This big TV, if you can think about it, this big TV can hold by something very small. A bracket TV is very small and it's not heavy. The TV itself is very heavy, but the bracket is very light. It's very small compared to the TV that it's holding. Why? Because once again, faith is like the bracket, the TV bracket. Even though it's small, it can hold a big things in our life. Even though it's small, it can bring such a tremendous things in our life. That's why we don't actually need a big faith. Small faith is enough. But the question is, where do we put the small faith into? See, there's this one story. This guy just bought a new TV, a very big TV, and he bought a bracket. So he paid somebody to put the TV on the wall. So this guy who is expert on this thing, he put the TV on a bracket and he plunged the bracket into a wall. For a while, it works. After that, the guy came home and the guy see, wow, this TV is so good. And he adjusts the TV a little bit. So it's like, okay, it's not good enough. So he adjusts the TV a little bit. After he adjusts, he sit down, he start to watch. He's like, wow, this TV position is so good. But when he watched, after 2 minutes, the TV that was held into a wall suddenly came crashing down. When the TV fall down, he was so surprised. He called the maintenance guy. He asked, I thought you put this TV on the right place. And then the maintenance guy, what did you do? He said, I didn't do anything. I just adjust this TV a little bit. So the maintenance guy came back and see what happened. Turns out the TV and the bracket is not the problem. The problem is the TV and the bracket was attached to a very thin wall. It was adjusted to a very thin wall. So that's why when the TV was held into a bracket and the bracket was put into the wall is not strong enough to hold the weight of the TV. For a while, if you put this faith on things that don't really, it's not very important, for a while it works. For a while it looks perfect. For a while it looks like it doesn't have a problem. But if you put your faith in the wrong place, it eventually will fall down once it has a little shake. Once you got problems, once you got storms, that faith cannot hold you because you put it on the wrong place. So my friends, I would like to encourage all of you. I believe we all are facing some difficulties in life. Say if you need healing, say if you need a breakthrough, we have to ask ourselves, where am I putting my faith on? We don't put our faith on faith. You know, it's like, oh, no matter, I have faith. I think that's all. I have faith. But we have to ask, it's not enough to just have a faith. We have to ask ourselves, where do we put our faith on? It's very important. Where do we put our trust in? See, if we are expecting for miracles for healing, it's good. I mean, like we expect God to heal it for us, but God can use doctors, God can use instant miracles, but at the end of the day, we have to adjust our way of belief. Who am I actually putting my faith on? So my friends, I pray that this would somehow give us a challenge, okay? Today, these days, what am I putting my faith on? What am I putting my trust in? Who am I putting my faith in? So if we believe that we can go to heaven because we are good enough, that means you are putting your faith on your works. And my friends, that thing will never hold for long term. So once again, we have to ask ourselves, what am I putting my faith in? And if you put your faith in the right place, you don't actually need a big faith, because once again, it's not the quality of your faith, it's the object of your faith. The one that you need is not a bigger faith. You don't need a bigger faith. You need to have a bigger view of God. And when you have a correct view of God, I believe everything will walk according to what you believe in according to how you see God. So I pray that this would be a great devotion for all of you to stop and have a time to reflect. Who am I putting my faith on? I pray that this will bless you. I see you on the next devotion. God bless you all.